Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Sunday, August 13th. It's 2:46 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. And the weekend is kind of shaping up. I like what I'm seeing. Let's check out some stuff. So we're going to check out real quick look at the market. Let's look at SHIB, TON, PEPE, DOGE, and RUNE. And of course, we'll look at Bitcoin first. BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Like I mentioned a few times earlier, I'm trying to get these out at 6 a.m. Desert time here in Arizona. If not, then around 11:15 a.m. I'll get them out. But shooting towards that about 6 a.m. I should be getting these out, and boom, there you go. Most of the time, I'll even have my little cool camera on. So BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Always feel free to buy me a coffee and such like that. Check out one of the big sponsors of the show, which is Blockchain Education. And anyway, these are my affiliate links and things like that. So check it all out. You will enjoy. So looking at the volume right now, 1 billion. That's up a little bit since I think the last 2 days, or no, I'd say yesterday we didn't quite have a billion, or earlier this morning we didn't quite have a billion. But in general, volume's been really low this weekend. But it's Sunday, it's up a little bit, so we're hitting about 1 billion in volume. It's down 59% last 24 hours. This has been a low volume weekend, so watch out, because that makes for easy manipulation by the big money. This very moment on the hourly chart here, we're actually this is a 4-hour chart. Let me go to hourly, and we'll come back and look at this one in a little bit as it refreshes. Let's see how it's looking here on the hourly. Yeah, on the hourly, we're not seeing too massive of manipulation right now. Longs and shorts are not really getting wrecked. You can see this BART pattern, which happened on the 8th. It started, then it closed on the 9th. So watch out for these BART patterns. This one even had little devil ears, which makes it even worse. So watch out for the BART pattern. We are low volume right now. If you do look, you can see volume has steadily been going down. So watch out. All right, looking at what is this? Reject. Okay, looking at longs and shorts on Binance, where the big volume is 66% long, 33% short. It's always weird when it's 66 and 33, but the bias is long. Look at the top 20 exchanges right now. The top 18 of the 20 are positive in volume. We're seeing it's been kind of trailing off this weekend. We're starting to see a slight uptick in volume. That's kind of cool. And I think things might be setting up for a Sunday Funday run. But if not, it'll be a Monday Funday run. Just my conjecture. But we have had a nice, beautiful downtrend for a while. On the 7-day graph, you can see it. We're beginning to shape up here, beginning to see some volume come into the market. I like what I'm seeing. Now, looking at Bitcoin in the top 100, you can see that Bitcoin still below 30,000, coming in at 29,382. But if we note, we do have some alts that are looking really, really good. Let's see, TON coin, TOM, doing good. We'll take a look at that one. PEPE has been doing good this weekend. Thorchain just popped up. I saw that 11% up recently. So we're going to look at these guys here. We'll rock through. We'll check out some of these coins. First of all, Bitcoin. Bitcoin it's a 4-hour chart, by far off a Fibonacci sequence here. And started way back on the little low that we had on the 15th of June. You can see we are riding that 382 level. I don't like it. It's just not very happening. In general, like I said, I really don't like trading anywhere in here at all. These are just flaccid, weak-ass levels. I've noticed between the 382 and the 236 here and the 382, they're just not that great. If you're going to get a good balance, it's going to be on the .5, or it's going to be on the 618 here in the golden pocket, or maybe you're going to come down to the 786 and bounce. But really, where we're at right now, it's just plain weak, and we're riding this 382 fib level here really hard, and that's just kind of like nowhere land, if you ask me. That's just not going to go anywhere. So right now, I'm looking at Bitcoin doing this fib sequence here in the 4-hour chart. We're just not in a powerful place. And note this. See, as you can see, we rode the 236 here. Didn't really get anywhere. Now we're riding the 382. Didn't really get anywhere. So really, I think the balance is going to be the .5 or the 618. That's just my opinion. These are just weak-ass levels. So one more time with that fib. Put that on there, and you can see that we got a little ways to go. .5 could be a logical fib level to bounce, or the 618, but a bounce is going to happen around 28,300 or around like 27,500. It was my guess really where we're going to see something, some kind of a substantial bounce. In my opinion, you're going to see it here, or you're going to see it down here, or maybe way down to the 786, around 26,300. You're going to see it, but we're just basically not, in my opinion, at least, really in powerful bounce territory. Also, if we look at the squeeze indicator here on the 4-hour chart, we are turning down, beginning to go red. That isn't too happening. Directional index does show, well, ultimately the directional index does show, you know, a downtrend, and even though the ADX is getting a little bit sparky here, the tangent is turning up. I wouldn't put too much faith in that right now. So anyway, here we are. It's not very exciting for Bitcoin. Now, if we look at, let's zero in a little bit here on Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin is definitely below the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, also below the 314, which is the green here. So white is the 200, green is the 314. Also the slower just crossed over the faster, so that's kind of bearish in my opinion. The 314 is now above the 200. Nothing really too spectacular is happening. As you can see, the squeeze indicator is rolling over. The directional index is slowly trending down. We had some volume, but it really, this volume here that we had is just not really holding on. It's slowly trailing off. So anyway, like I say, I'm just not really expecting a whole lot out of Bitcoin at the moment. I think we've got a bit of more of a retrace to kind of cruise through here. Like I say, I just don't expect much until we actually, you know, make a bounce at a better fib level. So around 28,300 or like 27,500, somewhere in there, I think we might see a bounce that is substantial. But right now, you know, unless it just happens to go off in Lambo land and start pumping, it's just a weak chart. Let's look at a daily. This is one thing I will note. The daily chart here, if we were to look at that and go way down here to that low, you know, we're still sort of, let me get all this in here. One sec, daily chart here. Let me pull this up so we can see it a little better. The daily chart is a little interesting. It kind of does hold a little bit of hope. Daily chart is above the 200 moving average. I like that. The 314 is right down here at about 5 on the daily chart, and the 200 is starting to creep up. It's right between the 236 and the 382. But this chart's kind of interesting. Going way back to like, November 22. Wow. And you can see we've been, this sequence is pretty legit here. This is just pulling in a lot of time. You can see where the 618 golden pocket definitely held sway. The 382, it made a bounce off that. But really, we're kind of in no man's land. We're right here between the 0 and the 236. Just a weak spot to be. So, you know, I like to be more positive, but in general, it's just looking kind of weak. Although I will say we could do a parallel channel here with this daily chart, and you can kind of go like this, and that begins to be a little bit interesting, I think. And I think that's a pretty valid, you know, parallel channel. I do think, though, you know, that's tough. And then, of course, if I do a little ray here, you can kind of see where we've got, you know, highs you'd have to get across here, you know, previous highs. Sorry, you probably can't even see that. Yeah, you got previous highs here that you'd have to get across. But anyway, we'll see. You know, you could possibly see something, you know, at the bottom of this channel start to move back up, and the 200 moving average is cruising right on the bottom of this channel. So maybe they actually will come to meet and it'll continue. Let's do something creative here. That's about it. Let's see one more time. Fib sequence. Let's do a fib here. Do like that. And then let's do that same upwards channel again and see how they actually kind of commingle. Yeah, I mean, the bottom of this channel is right there on the 236. Maybe that'd be a bounce spot. But anyway, guys, like I say, I won't belabor it. It's just not an exciting chart right now, in my opinion. Bitcoin is just not an exciting chart. So that's what I can tell you about it right now. Anyway, let me get rid of that. Okay. Now let's look at a couple coins we're going to check out. Let's look at SHIB first. So SHIB USDT. All right, SHIB's been working this upwards channel. It's a 45-minute chart. It's retracing, but the squeeze indicator is beginning to turn around. I kind of like seeing that. How's the directional index looking? Directional index is beginning to kind of look positive. I mean, it's still in the red, but it's moving up. We're seeing a little bit of volume come in. Let's look at a 4-hour chart to get rid of some of the on the 4-hour chart, you can see where it's beginning to roll over on the squeeze. Directional index is trending down. Had some volume, but it's not, but that volume that we came in kind of made this push right here, but now it's just kind of trailing off. So anyway, SHIB at the moment, I would say nice upwards channel for sure. We can kind of see that. I like that, but I think we're probably going to see the bottom of this before it actually moves up. So after it kind of comes to the bottom of this channel, then definitely a confirmed uptrend. Definitely think SHIB could keep going. Who else? We're going to look at TON. TON versus USDT. So it's not on Binance. We'll look at it here on KuCoin. Yeah, TON just took off like it was just you know what I'm wondering about TON? And this is pretty good here in the 4-hour chart. What I'm wondering here is, and I'd be watching for, is a cup and handle, and those tend to go up. So this thing has run a lot. I would just keep an eye on this thing. Let's see, it's a 4-hour chart. Let's look at a 45. How's it doing? Yeah, it's retracing here in the 45. I would give TON a little chance to get a retrace out of its system, which I kind of see forming here. But definitely, like on a 4-hour chart, looking at this thing, you can kind of see, I'm not a big shape player, but that is, to me, a rather traditional, what do they call it, like cup and handle pattern. So definitely TON, it's one to watch. It's cooling off right now. So I wouldn't quite be eager to hop in this very moment, but Monday is coming and the volume might very well come into the market, and we could see that actually be quite a mover. Let's look at PEPE. PEPE's been doing pretty good. Oh, and the one thing I was going to say, I would watch here in the 4-hour chart. I know it's probably quite the dump, but it would not surprise me if this thing actually came down to the 200 and made a bounce. So I'd really watch, and that would be a really strong buy if it got a nice reversal there. So, watch TON for that to happen. I think it needs a really strong retrace after that pump. Okay, here we go. Tether, PEPE. PEPE's doing great. I kind of like what I'm seeing here. You can see here on the 4-hour chart. Sorry about that mess. 4-hour chart, yeah, this thing is pushing pretty hard. It broke above the 200 moving average. It's finding support. These indicators look great. I think it very well might just find support in the 200 and then just continue up. It's between the 200 and the 314. A little bit of a shaky spot. I almost would wait for a break above the 314. Also give it some time to see if it's going to actually hold above this 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Looking at it on a daily, let's look at a daily chart for this guy here. Whoa, that's crazy. Well, I had quite the run not too long ago, back on May, 8th of May. Okay, so it's beginning to run again. It got back on the daily chart. You can see where it got above the 200 moving average on a daily, which is really strong. Squeeze indicator is looking good. Directional index is beginning to go into the green. I'm not sure what's up with PEPE, but I'm going to watch PEPE here. 45-minute chart. Yeah, it's pushing pretty hard. You can do a parallel channel on the 45-minute chart. You can see this nice upwards trend. Directional index is wandering off a little bit. Some volume coming in. Squeeze indicators picking up again. I mean, trade at your own risk. I'm going to wait till I see a little bit better of a more certain entry here. This thing's been pushing pretty intensely, but once again, I'm honestly going to wait for it's just rather extended. I mean, I think we're going to see a bottom of the channel bounce and a move up, or maybe something rather abrupt like this at the 200 and up. We'll see, but I'm going to let PEPE cool off. It's definitely been pushing hard, so we'll keep an eye on PEPE, but I'm not seeing what I need to actually get into PEPE right now. And the last one was RUNE. RUNE has really been making a move. Let's check out RUNE. RUNE versus USDT. It's on Binance and KuCoin. I like that. It's on MEXC also and Git.io. So this one gets around. Woo! Pushing hard. Okay, so RUNE, quite a run. It's definitely beginning to turn over. The squeeze indicator is trending down. Directional index is trending down. It's had big volume here in the 45-minute chart. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. That's insane. Yeah, it's still pushing. This, oh my gosh, that's massive volume. I mean, if you had known, oh my Lord. Anyways, I'm going to keep a close eye on this one here, but definitely I think we're going to kind of be looking at more of a where is this thing going to bounce? It had some traction here. It moved around and found traction there, kind of on that 618 was definitely a player. You can see where the 382 was as well. So something's gotten into RUNE. It's moving like crazy. Big volume came in. This is just too much of an extended pump for me to really get excited about, but I'm going to watch RUNE for, a better entry. But right now, wow, it definitely took off. I mean, that thing did, where's the forecaster here? Where's that thing? Forecast. After that 200 moving average break that it did, that thing went like, what is it right now? Yeah, 40+% in 5 days. So this thing's been running really going pretty darn good. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on RUNE because it may very well keep going, but something's gotten into it. Let's watch for a meaningful retrace and bounce. I think it'll be easy to spot on this one. Most likely it'll follow a pattern like up and down and then up. It'll probably come down and then bounce, and that's just my intuition. So if you look at that, where would that actually be? Right at that 5 fib level. There you go. Boom. It would not surprise me if that happens. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on this one because definitely something's gone into RUNE. Don't know why it's making money, but when the market is moving, the alts are moving. RUNE is one that just starts getting crazy like it already has. So we'll see if that continues. Watch for a retrace. We'll see if we can hop in that thing. Anyway, with that said, Bitcoin truth seekers, thank you for being an optimist. Thank you for being a believer in a sci-fi future, a beautiful future for humanity. Crypto is definitely a part of that. For no need to be cynical whatsoever. Bitcoin is cool. Crypto is cool. Even if the globalists are after it, does not really matter. It's definitely part of a beautiful sci-fi future. And I'm glad you're here. I'll be on regularly in the mornings. We'll get into some good setups. Take care. Bitcoin Daily View signing off.